for me, it all starts with the offensive line. How well the offense does this season has everything to do with the offensive line, because the line was marred with injuries in 2019. They had 8 different offensive linemen start games in 2020, and that doesn't even include Jennell Williams, who was supposed to start the season at left guard before getting injured before the season. And 3 of those guys who started on the line had never started before. They were just kind of thrown into the fire. Will Craig was another guy, the starting left tackle. His season got ended 2 weeks in. Mike Safell, the starting center, who, he has some NFL draft potential. He missed some games with injury. This team allowed 43 sacks last season and nine in one game against Oregon State. That is just unacceptable. That cannot happen. Cal will be near the bottom in the Pac-12 again if the offensive line cannot gel and stay healthy. But all these guys are fully healthy now. There should be some good competition for those positions. They will be bolstered by Mike Safell at center, Jay Curhan at right tackle, who's played 38 consecutive games. We're talking about all these guys, all these receivers, and CBJ is supposed to have a great season. None of that's going to happen if Chase Garbers doesn't stay protected and CBJ doesn't get running lanes to go through. Because as much as he can create yards after contact, we're gonna need those big chunk plays to be able to win football games. I mean, you measure high impact plays over 15 yards. That all has to do with your offensive line, giving your quarterback time to throw and creating lanes on the ground. And the offensive line is going through some changes. Steve Greatwood, who was, a great offensive line coach, was replaced by Angus McClure. So that's going to be some new chemistry building. But I think everything has to do with the offensive line's health. I mean, to be a hard-nosed, physical team, you need that.
Absolutely. And if you think about last season when Cal was struggling, it was when guys like Garbers were getting injured, and that comes when the offensive line is inexperienced and can't protect them the way they need to. And a lot of this is going to depend on personnel. You look at last season when guys like Duncan and Crawford were getting injured, having trouble getting into the team. McAllen Castles, Cal's starting tight end in 2019, transferred midway through the season. But if they can get some stability, like I said, this is a top 4 offense here. And I know we haven't said that about Cal in a while, but mark your words and check it out. This could be a real team to watch and some real exciting football.
Yeah, and I think as much as I've been talking up Garbers, I think this offense is going to run through Christopher Brown Jr. I think he has the potential to be a top 3 running back in the Pac-12. I think he is top 3 in returning players in terms of yards from 2019. And, he almost hit 1,000 yards last season, and that was, playing half the season with Chase Garbers out when teams did not respect Modster at all. They would just load up the box. They didn't respect the receivers. Everything was just loaded in the box between the hashes to keep CBJ from running wild. And now with the receivers healthy, with Garbers healthy, with the offensive line healthy, they're not going to be able to do that, which is just going to create even more opportunities for CBJ. I think he's in for a huge season, and the offense is going to run through him.